Another season, the same old story. The Dallas Cowboys defense looks flashy on paper, but when it matters most they crumble. Remember last year's playoff disaster? Guess what, the problem still isn't fixed. If you're a Cowboys fan, you need to hear this. If you're a rival fan, you'll love it. Because today, we're breaking down why Dallas' biggest defensive weakness keeps getting exposed and why it might cost them everything in 2024. Stick around, because this is gonna hurt. Welcome back, everyone. If you've been following America's team, you know the drill: regular season dominance, playoff heartbreak. And while the offense gets all the blame, the real issue? The defense. Yeah, they rack up sacks and turnovers, but when it's win or go home time, they disappear. So today, we're diving deep into the Cowboys' still unsolved defensive problem, the one that's haunted them for years. And trust me, unless something changes, it's gonna be the same sad ending this season. First, let's talk about the real issue: stopping the run. The Cowboys' defense lives and dies by the pass rush. Micah Parsons? A monster. But when teams run straight at them, disaster. Last season, they ranked bottom 10 in rushing yards allowed per game. And in the playoffs? The Packers destroyed them on the ground. Aaron Jones had 118 yards and 3 TDs in the first half. And what did Dallas do this offseason to fix it? Almost nothing. They didn't sign a dominant run-stuffing DT. They didn't add a physical linebacker. They're banking on the same guys and hoping for a different result. That's insanity. Next up, tackling. Sounds basic, right? But the Cowboys are terrible at it. Missed tackles killed them in big games last year, and it's not just a one-season fluke. It's a culture problem. Dan Quinn's defense was all about speed and turnovers, but when they had to physically stop a team, they folded. New DC Mike Zimmer loves tough, disciplined defenses, but can he fix this in one offseason? Doubtful. The roster just isn't built for it. And here's the scariest part: the schedule. This year, the Cowboys face brutal rushing attacks: the Ravens, 49ers, Bengals, even the Eagles twice. If they can't stop the run, those games will be ugly. And if they can't win those, they're looking at another wild card exit or worse, missing the playoffs entirely. Jerry Jones keeps saying all in, but ignoring this problem? That's playing with fire. Another huge factor? The lack of leadership in the locker room. When things go wrong, who steps up? Micah Parsons is a superstar, but is he the vocal leader this defense needs? DeMarcus Lawrence has been around, but the Cowboys haven't had that true defensive tone setter since guys like Sean Lee. And in high-pressure moments, that lack of leadership shows. Players look lost, assignments get blown, and before you know it, the game's out of reach. Mike Zimmer's known for his no-nonsense approach, but can he instill that toughness mid-season? History says no. This is something that should have been addressed years ago. And let's not forget, the Cowboys' defensive struggles aren't just about personnel. Scheme matters too. Dan Quinn's aggressive, risk-taking style worked until it didn't. When elite teams figured it out, they exploited it hard. Now, Zimmer's more conservative, but that brings its own problems. Will this defense be too predictable? Can they adjust mid-game when opponents counter their plan? Because if they can't, we'll see the same old story: great against bad teams, exposed against contenders. One more thing: durability. The Cowboys' defense has been banged up at the worst times. Key players miss crucial games, and the depth just isn't there to compensate. Look at last year: no Trayvon Diggs in the playoffs, and the secondary got torched. They didn't do enough this offseason to add reliable backups. So if, or when, injuries hit, who steps up? An unproven rookie? A practice squad call-up? That's not a championship formula. So here's the brutal truth: until the Cowboys fix their run defense, improve tackling, find real leadership, and build depth, they're not a true contender. They'll win 10-12 games, maybe even a playoff game if they're lucky, but when it's win or go home against the NFL's best, they'll fold. Again. Agree? Disagree? Let me hear it in the comments. And if you think Jerry Jones needs to wake up and fix this now, smash that like button. Maybe it'll go viral and get his attention. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because we'll be breaking down every Cowboys game this season. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's hope for the best. See you next time. So, Cowboys fans, are you worried yet? Or do you think I'm overreacting? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you want Dallas to prove us wrong, smash that like button. Maybe it'll give them some extra motivation. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because we'll be breaking down every twist and turn of their season. Thanks for watching, and remember, hope for the best but expect the worst. See you next time.